Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. It's time for Owin's Field Report, sponsored by Les Schwab Tire Centers.
Well, pretty standard reports to share from yesterday. I didn't get out yesterday myself. I'm just not going to beat the boat up anymore for a little bit until I really get jonesing. That'll probably be Thursday. Well, hopefully you had a chance to get out. I did get some reports yesterday. It's very, very slow everywhere, honestly. Up and down the coast. Got a couple of reports from north and mid-ish. And then, of course, here locally. There was a fish or two around, but just super tough right now. Everything is super cold. Add that into the equation. Low. And obviously very clear conditions. So if you're going to be fishing this week, it's a good week to be on the water, but typically this week in February, there's a lot more water to utilize, and you're going to hear me talk about that for a while, and you have been for a while, for good reason. But hopefully that'll be changing here in the next couple of weeks. If you believe long-term forecasts, and I'm not a meteorologist, Peyton is, we'll check in with her in just a little bit. It does look like there's some things changing in the long term, but it's hard to, guess 5 days out. How about that? But at the very least, let's look at the rivers. Nothing's really changed since yesterday. The only thing I want to see is if they did give us any sort of a, change in the next 6 or 7 days, if the rivers are going to change at all. Columbia, very, very low. Like we mentioned yesterday, low tides are in the ones. I mean, there's just no water even on the Columbia. Willamette, same thing. There's been some effort on the Willamette in different sections, believe it or not. Folks fishing from the boat and plunkers that have been having some success. It's just one of those things you got to go out and put yourself in the right position in these low clear water conditions. So just kind of take that into consideration. Back trolling and plunking has been kind of the way folks, for those that are spending time out there, that's how they've been going after it. Clackamas is just near nothing, at 12.1 currently. Yeah, it is just super, super low and clear. And all the rivers up and down the coast are the same thing. Although, well, that's okay. Here's a little thing different. That was not there yesterday. Showing a little bit of a bounce along the coast. I can certainly tell you that we need a lot more than that. If we did, for whatever reason, end up with a warm-up here in the next couple of weeks with all that snow in the lower levels, there could be a blowout that might pop up. It'll be interesting to see, but we'll cross our fingers for some rain and not freezing rain. We don't want that kind of rain. But you can tell there, even on the Nehalem, that it's so far below its forecast that it's almost a half a foot off. So yeah, and that's just the way it's going to be. Low, clear water. Oh, one thing that we got a message on yesterday, just pay attention. There was a situation that came up on one of the smaller rivers. Somebody went out, they were the first boat out, tree had come down. So always kind of, that was just a reminder, keep that in mind if you're going to be floating smaller systems up and down the coast in particular. I'm not going to say keep a chainsaw around, but certainly something that caused an issue for somebody here recently along the coast, so keep that in mind. Southwest Washington, you guys have a CCA chapter there, and there's a meeting all the time. We try to give you that information from the CCA as much as we possibly can to try to get that info out. And if you're a member, go and check out the meeting, which is Wednesday the 12th. It starts at 6. If you are a member already, thank you. If you're not, this might give you some good reasons as to join the CCA and become part of that organization, where you can help our salmon and steelhead and at least fight against some of the issues that are out there. And there's definitely no shortage of them. And I'm going to be at the Sportsman's Show on Wednesday over at the Fisherman's Marine booth. Great photo, too, but I was just making fun of myself here. What was this, like on a Thursday or something? I don't even know. Oh, but I do have a mic on, so interesting. But I'll be there from 11 to 12 at least on Wednesday. So if you're there on the opening day, come by, see the Fisherman's booth, come over and say hello. I'll be there hanging out and hopefully not spending too much money, because it's easy to do, as you all know. If the Puyallup show was any sort of a barometer of what's going to happen at the Portland show, it was a really, really good show up in Puyallup. So we'll see how things go here. Might be a good idea to make your plan, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday-ish, because Saturday, Sunday, depending on weather, could be very, very interesting around here. We'll see what Peyton has to say here in just a minute. But if you want to win something free, it is from Procure. Just send Jason at procure.com an email, and you'll be entered in to win that prize pack each week, and you do need to enter each week to be qualified for that giveaway. And he does let you know Monday morning if you did or did not. Well, I shouldn't say that. If you did win, you'll get an email from Jason. All right, let's check in with Peyton and find out what this weather is going to really do. And hopefully things have changed dramatically since our forecast yesterday. But Peyton, I'm assuming that things haven't changed much yet.
Not really. I have bad news and good news, Owen. So first we'll lay on the bad news. Of course, you know, it just hasn't rained a lot. And so it rained yesterday, about 1/10 of an inch in Portland, areas to the south, like in Salem, about 2/10, 3/10 here or there. So we're just still in a pretty big deficit for the month of February. And now we're kind of looking toward maybe some winter drought concerns. That area of yellow you're seeing actually isn't quite drought. It's abnormally dry conditions. But again, it's just reflective of, you know, we've been lackluster in the rain department. Only 3/10 of an inch so far in Portland. We should be around an inch for this time of the month. You could see a comparison there in Salem, Eugene, and Astoria as well. So we're going to hope for some changes, and I think we have them a little later on this week. So Shriners Children's Hospital camera right now, a few clouds out there, but we're going to see the sun this afternoon. So if you do have the Super Bowl plans, sunny and cool, right around that kickoff time, 43. We're actually going to stay really cool this week, thinking around 5 to 10 degrees below average, thanks to some high pressure. But there's the low. There's that thing we're watching, and it looks to arrive sometime around Thursday into Friday. I first want to show you our highs. So this is exciting because that low happens to come around Thursday. 34 degrees. Yes, that is cold enough to maybe have a little bit of wintry weather there. And then the lows, yeah, not so fun, into the 20s and you wake up in the morning. So it's going to be a really cold couple of mornings this week. Looking at our forecast, so this is just one model, but you can notice the area of low pressure tracking across central Oregon, and then it might even produce some wintry weather. So this is kind of a good and bad thing. It's good because we need the moisture, but it's bad because this could turn into freezing rain, which no one really likes. Now, I will say, Owen, beyond the 7-day forecast, there is some changes. I really think next week, because, you know, we're heading toward mid-February, we could be kind of evening out our playing field here. So I think we've been, you know, really cold this week. Next week, I'm thinking a little more active, showery, and warmer, maybe a little closer to 50 degrees. So, yeah, I know, peek your ears. I felt that.
Listen, you've been so accurate here in the last couple of weeks. It's only been a short time that we've had to have a chance to have you here on Outdoor GPS, but you've been very, very accurate. I hope you're accurate again, because if it does warm up, it's a good thing for a lot of us around here.
Yeah, let's hope.
We appreciate that. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday.
Thank you. You too.
All right, everyone, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we've got some time to spend with Scott Call and Kyle Bushelman. I don't know what that was. Here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to talk some brads, talk some fishermen, talk some steelhead fishing, and what you might want to stock up on as we start to get closer to spring Chinook season, which crazily enough, it's just right around the corner. We'll be back with that in just a couple of minutes.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by P-Line, because we fish, by Hawken Fishing, perfection in fishing gear, and by Haxton's Canvas and Upholstery, the trusted name of the Pacific Northwest.